Boom, wood blast. Oh, man. So Kyle wins that war of attrition. I mean, I cannot imagine how many cards Aaron actually drew that game. 4 Lysander's trump card played in a single game. Oh, man, it's got to be, he drew like 100 cards at least that game.
Drawing 100 cards and all for naught. It's got to be frustrating, I'm sure. You know, you're playing as much as you can, all those resources. I'm sure the tails flips are certainly disheartening.
Yeah.
Maybe we saw in full force not running an enhanced hammer and what it does in this matchup specifically. But huge props to Kyle. He played a long game, but was able to slowly whittle down his opponent. Using walls. Like, the Aegislash never attacked, but it had insane value because it just sat there.
Yeah, it actually never got knocked out. It was probably active for like 7 or 8 turns. It just always stayed there. But this is a best 2 out of 3 matchup, so that was only game number 1. You have to win 2 out of 3 to actually win the match, and we do have 75 minutes for this round, so we should see a lot more action.
What would you say Aaron would have to do differently to change that game? I mean, he drew so many cards, but what changes where he ends up the victor?
Flip heads.
Flip heads? Yeah. Figured, yeah. All those hammers, so many tails. But hey, that happens when you run some of these flippy cards. You just have to pray.
I would say flip heads, and also you want to get Archeops out turn 1. Kyle does play Wally, but it's probably just like a 1 copy of Wally, so it's going to be difficult to find. If you can stop Aromatisse from coming into play, Kyle's deck gets much weaker.
Yeah, the 1 Wally was certainly pretty hype, but you're not going to have that combo available to you that often.
Yeah, I would say, looking at this, I mean, Kyle told us yesterday he loves playing against Seismitoad. I don't blame him. His deck is very well equipped to fight it, and we see it once again. I think Kyle is at an advantage in this matchup, but Seismitoad can shut down any deck with that Quaking Punch.
Yeah, just depends. You know, can you hurt your opponent enough in the early game, get rid of their energy, and give them nothing? Looks like both players are setting up for game 2, so let's go. Kyle's up 1 game, but it's still a best 2 out of 3.
That's right, and it looks like he had to mulligan the first hand there. He didn't have a basic Pokemon, so he had to show it to his opponent, and then we see the 1 on top of Aaron's deck, meaning he'll get to draw an extra card.
Yeah, mulligans happen in Pokemon trading card game. You just can't start if you don't have a basic. And even though Kyle runs a massive amount of basic Pokemon, I would not be surprised yet. Already we see he will not have a second mulligan.
That's right. So he had a few Pokemon to choose from in that opening hand. Opts to go with Seismitoad EX. I saw he also had a Sigilyph, but he's probably thinking, you know what? If my opponent doesn't find that head ringer and I can Quaking Punch him turn 1, this game is going to be way difficult for Aaron to win if he's getting hit by Quaking Punch.
How awful is that? You run the Seismitoad deck and then you get hit by an opponent's deck. They're not even like building their deck around Toad. Sure, there's plenty of Toads in it.
Well, actually, they both run the same amount of Seismitoad EX. Both decks running 3.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so it's the difference is Kyle has dedicated all of his cards to Pokemon-based combos, while Aaron, his deck is based around item-based sort of disruption.
Yeah, you can see how much space those cards like Crushing Hammer and Hypnotoxic Laser take up. I mean, those are 8 spots in your deck. Kyle instead uses those spots for cards like Aromatisse and, the myriad of Pokemon he runs in his deck. He's probably got like 7 different types of Pokemon.
It's insane. I'm seeing fire, dark, grass, water, metal, fighting, lightning. It's insane.
Yeah. All right, so we've seen Ultra Ball from Aaron, getting that Keldeo EX. That's going to be pretty important since Muna has that 2 retreat cost. So he wants to be able to rush in and retreat so that he can set up a Quaking Punch for next turn. I think the biggest thing he wants to find here is Head Ringer. He does not want to see a Quaking Punch from Kyle.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to turn it around because then Kyle, who we've seen already really enjoys games at a slow pace, can slow it down to a halt.
Oh, yeah. If you're getting hit by Quaking Punch, an Aromatisse deck using Quaking Punch, they're just going to have the freedom to build up all of their energy, and then Trevenant EX is going to come out.
I do see the Head Ringer as an available target off this trainer's mail, and of course, that's the one he picks.
Yeah, Aaron understanding the situation perfectly. Oh, man. It's probably a big relief that he found that.
Oh, yeah. No, he did maybe still have the Sleep Flip available to him as well after that, but you just want to guarantee that you're not getting hit by a Quaking Punch next turn.
Right. So we see an Acrobike discarding a Hypnotoxic Laser, piling another Crushing Hammer into his hand. Next turn, he wants to be able to discard whatever energy Kyle puts down. He's just kind of stockpiling as many crushing hammers in his hand as he can.
That's actually a good strategy. You know, you want to be able to discard everything your opponent has when they do start to build up. So just having this as sort of a reinforcement to maybe slow Kyle down a little bit faster this time, not bad.
Yeah, so it will be Kyle's first turn. He takes the 10 damage from poison. Again, he won't be able to attack with Seismitoad because of that head ringer, but he does have the ability to play item cards, so he can play Level Ball and find that Spritzy right away.
Level Ball, very beloved card that many players miss a lot from the format, allowing you to search for a Pokemon that has 90 or less HP.
Yeah, he's looking through his options here. He could also grab Jirachi EX if he wanted to. Go for his patented
Fan Club.
Stellar Guidance for Fan Club. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. Actually, no. He's going for the Zero Sick.
Oh, this is actually a really creative play. Zero Sick can discard that tool card, and then he can actually still apply the double colorless energy and Quaking Punch.
That is going to be a real pain for Aaron. Oh, man, he thought for sure, well, yeah, I stopped Quaking Punch. That's not going to be a problem. Then Kyle drops the Zero Sick on a tool on his own Pokemon, and all of a sudden, Quaking Punch only costs 2 energy again.
It's such a viable card, or versatile card.
Yeah.
And it can discard your own tool cards. Not all of the tool removing cards can do that, but it certainly is great when you're able to, because it can remove those Team Flare tools that are played on your own side of the field from the opponent.
Yeah, in the expanded format, sometimes we see Tool Scrapper, since that is available again, and that can discard tools on your side of the field. But with Seismitoad EX so popular, Tool Scrapper is an item card. You aren't able to play it very often. So Zero Sick ends up being the card of choice.
And so Kyle's able to drop that first Quaking Punch. The game is now infinitely at his pace. Aaron still will have the ability to perhaps abuse this Muna, unfortunately flipping Sleep, putting his own Muna asleep, but he just rushes in with Keldeo instead.
And you can see the instant shutdown. Aaron can't play any cards from his hand, has to pass the turn. He just has item cards.
Yeah, that is brutal. He's getting a taste of his own next medicine.
Oh, man, this is... Oh, and he's going to Lysander out that Muna saying, nope, you're not going to slow me down with any sort of long-distance hypnosis.
No more sleeping.
Man, this game could be going downhill pretty quickly for Aaron.
Looks like a much faster pace than last game, and look at that. Oh, that Toad has the...
He's got the Prism. If he had one more energy, we can see the Grenade Hammer for the game.
Oh, man. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Just another Quaking Punch for now, though. Aaron draws another item card.
I think it's over. Here it goes, Tetch. Yeah. Grenade Hammer. Kaboom. Wow. And just like that, Kyle takes the second game, I would say, about 20 times faster than the first one.
Oh, yeah. We see again, Seismitoad EX pretty good, just not the way we expected it.
No, yeah. I mean, we did see him even use that Seismitoad EX to great advantage in the game that we displayed yesterday. And I do love it when players are running the same deck and expanded just with a few new tricks, because we can continue their story.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of the most fun decks to watch. Aromatisse with so many different types of Pokemon, so many crazy combos you can pull off. You never know what's going to happen, and it just... I mean, every game you play with that deck is different.
What I love about it the most are calling out some of these attack names you'd never see. You know, Grenade Hammer, Wood Blast. What is this world?
It's Aromatisse's world. That's what we're living in right now.
It truly is. I mean, if Kyle can continue to find more Seismitoad decks, let's see, like Jason Klaczynski is on his side of the bracket. If Jason wins, he's going to have to deal with another punishing matchup.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who Kyle's going to play against next, if we continue to see this Aromatisse deck, or if we perhaps get to see some other strategies. But looks like we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we'll have an interview with Kyle.
Hey Pokemon fans, it's Josh J. Wittenkeller, and I'm here once again with Kyle Haverland. We had him over here yesterday at the Victor's table. This is your second time, but probably a much bigger matchup, because you just went from top 8 to top 4.
Yes, and I also didn't play 2 supporters this time.
You didn't? Yeah. It looks like you are slowly overcoming that streamer's curse we were talking about from last time.
Yep, so now 2 wins in a row. we're going to keep that going.
So we had a conversation last time. I was wondering, if you're thinking about day 2, are you going to play this again? It looks like you have decided to. You said you feared the Archeops a little bit, but so far it seems like you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't gone against Archeops except for, like, he played Archeops, but he never got it out. And so I did put in a Wally for that.
We saw you. It was pretty hype.
Yeah, like, that's the first time I've used it day 2. I have not used it before that time. And when I got to use it, it was so huge. All of a sudden, get one Aromatisse out immediately. That was huge.
Yeah, we see so many one-off copies in this deck.
Yes.
It's got to be maybe a little stressful when you're looking for one specific card, but probably a lot of fun.
Yes, it's stressful. It's fun because every game is different. You'll never know what you have. You'll never know what's prized heading up for the game, and you just have to always adjust. But the thing is, with all these cards, and Skyfield especially having 8 bench, you are always going to have options. You are always going to have something to do, even when you're under item lock all game.
So a lot of players, we're looking at the list, they don't have a ton of expanded changes, but in yours we actually see quite a few.
Yes.
Would you like to explain some of the changes that you've made, some of the things that expanded does to help?
The first one is the big one, Prism Energy. It allows. Now I no longer play Fairy Energy.
Yeah, no basic energy at all.
No basic energy. What I realized was not many people were playing Enhanced Hammers in their list, the people who got to top 32 at least, and just like Hammers went down in play, and as long as I'm using Seismitoad a lot, I don't have to worry about that in Regirock. So I was just like, I can play all Special Energy, and it makes it where like I can even play another type in my deck, 2 more types in my deck, Landorus EX and Victini with V-Create, which I did add that as well. I think I discarded a few times, so you guys will have saw it on stream. But for that is for the Rizian Genesect matchup.
Yeah, we figured. Yeah.
What I saw is at Alberta Regionals, there were 3 in the top 8 played Rizian Genesect for day 2, and I was like, we have a top 32 here. Some people are going to try doing it. It's just a matter of if I play against them or not. And being that a few of them did do good, I think 2 Rizian Genesects in top 8.
There's definitely at least 1 in top 8 we've seen. So maybe we will get to see some Victini hype down the line.
Yes, hopefully Victini hype.
All right, yeah, and I see like Level Ball, obviously helpful.
Level Ball, yes.
Yeah.
It helps with that Jirachi setup for Pokemon Fan Club turn 1, and then also to just get out the Spritzies and Aromatisse better.
So, how about that second game versus...
The second game, that was just, it kind of sucked that he dead drew like that and wasn't able to get anything out for like not another good long game like game 1. But just sometimes that happens. I got Quaking Punch out, so I started second, and the best thing that you can do when you start second is get out that Seismitoad and item lock them back.
So I've actually got some news for you. I've just received from the voices above. It looks like your next opponent is going to be Jason Klaczynski.
On stream?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's on stream, but it's definitely who you're facing next. Oh,
on
yes,
stream.
yes, the voices above tell me yes.
The voices in my head are telling me yes.
On stream. So what do you think about that, playing the 3-time world champ?
Nerve-wracking, but I'm in top 4, so it's already really good. So I'm fine with however it finishes.
That sounds great. And it's another Seismitoad, so I'm sure you're pretty familiar with that.
Pretty familiar. I've played a ton of Seismitoad, and I've only ID'd against it once, but then like all the others have been wins, so hopefully we'll get that streak going.
All right, sounds good. So we should see Kyle yet again. Everybody's really loving your Aromatisse list, so hoping that you'll be able to put a good fight against the 3-time world champion, Jason Klaczynski.
Hopefully, yes.
It's Josh Jaywitz Wittenkeller here with Kyle Pukasukovic. We're back, and we're already ready for another round of Pokemon Regionals trading card game action.
We're all the way to the top 4. That means just 2 matches left today, and then we will crown our champion. We're going to feature Kyle once again, just won that match, going up against 3-time world champion Jason Klaczynski. This should be a pretty good matchup.
On the other side of